Hello, everyone. Welcome back to My First Day. I'm Josh Matthews for ImpactWrestling.com. My guest this week needs no introduction. Rebel, thank you for joining us.
Hi.
You know, it's funny. Somebody said on television at one of these tapings here in Orlando, one of the girls said to you in the ring, talk before. We don't hear from you all that often.
I'm usually being that fun cheerleader showgirl for everyone and haven't got the opportunity to speak. And I finally got to say one word to the girls.
It was impactful, but in real life, in reality, Tanea, you are one of the most outspoken and outgoing people that I've ever met.
Well, thanks.
We're going to step away in our last segment from the booking debates, corporate issues, the AI discussions, the ratings, the TV deals. We're going to stop talking about all of it because I would like to talk about Tanea Brooks, also known Rebel. On May 1st of 2026, Tanea Brooks, known to wrestling fans as Rebel, shared news that stopped a lot of people cold. She has been diagnosed with terminal ALS. She posted it on Instagram. She's been battling it throughout Instagram. For years now. This whole thing started back in May. In 2024 May. I apologize. But she didn't make it public until September of 2024. She posted on her Instagram, next year, expect a very fit birthday bikini pic. This year has not been what I expected. I've kept this private until now because I believe I'm on the up. Thank you to the very few who knew what was going on and kept it private. And for those who didn't know, I'll spare you the details. But in short, I was hospitalized in May for a good while because they found out a mass in my lung and they couldn't figure out what it was. Turns out it's pneumonia. A couple of CT scans found some other minor issues that I'm taking care of. I feel better every day. Now that I am getting a handle on these things, cheers to another trip around the sun. And it went fine. You know, if you look at her Instagram, everything was going fine after that date. She started posting normally again. She started showing herself working out, getting fit and everything. She was having fun. She was on her road to recovery. That was in May still, but she was trying her best. She was trying to post to keep her spirits up. And then she stopped posting for a while. There was a gap. This was her after that post in December. This was her going out. This was in 2005. But then you saw she started cutting her hair short, and this is where she's gonna start talking about more, and we'll get to what happened on May 1st. So this is her health update back in November of last year.
Hi, I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update on my health. As you know, May of 2024, I was hospitalized for what I thought was cryptococcal pneumonia, which is fungal masses on my lungs. And I went a year long on.
It's her birthday, September 8th, 1978. She is currently 47.
Antifungals. And after a year of antifungals, I was not getting better. And along the way, it wasn't a very smooth sailing journey to where I am right now. And there was infections, ruptures, tumors. So I had to address those as well. And after a year of not getting better, I decided to go to the Mayo Clinic and see if I get treated by them. And they found that it was not cryptococcal pneumonia this whole time, and that it is primary pulmonary lymphoma, which is cancer in the lungs. And
Yeah, lymphoma, cancer. Why is my lymphoma in Spanish? Jeez. I was trying to explain lymphoma too. Lymphoma is a cancer that affects the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is made up of organs, glands, tuber-like vessels, and clusters of cells called the lymph nodes. It's part of the body's germ-fighting immune system. Lymphoma can affect lymph nodes, blood, bone marrow, the spleen, and other tissues throughout the body, such as in the gastrointestinal system, central nervous system, the bones, and your skin. Damn, that's a lot. What else is it? Is it a serious cancer? Yes. Lymphoma is a serious cancer of the immune system that can be life-threatening if untreated. However, it is generally considered highly treatable, with many types having high survival rates, especially when diagnosed early. The prognosis varies greatly depending on whether it is indolent, which means slow-growing, or aggressive, fast-growing.
if there is a best case scenario, then I have it. So that's good. But that's why I recently found out, and I wanted to let you guys know.
Unfortunate. I mean, she tries to get better. She gives. That was back in December. This was her before she got hospitalized. She was fit. Like, the fact that she was fit and she could do crazy ass workout. Look at this workout. I don't think anyone I know can do this. This was literally like 2 months before her first hospitalization in 2024. Like, I need to try this in the future. Not gonna lie. And then she did this. Like, she was able to do like a step up against the wall. And then she comes up or something. Like, I think this is a good stretch in the hamstrings or something. Look at that shit. Like, this woman was fit. She was healthy. It's crazy how life can change like that. Look at this. Man, if I can do this, my wife will love me forever. Like, if I can be that flexible. Gentlemen, let me tell you something. Be flexible for your woman. Sorry. Then she eventually does other treatments. She goes for a third bronchoscopy in December of last year. She says it went well. She gives another update.
Hey,
This was on February 20.
I don't know. I think I've done a live video like one time ever. And hi, Antian Bear. You're the first person to join.
So this was it sounds like this was a live video, but you can tell, and I don't think, she still thinks it's lymphoma or lipomia. But if you know ALS, in some of the symptoms, one of the symptoms is the your motor body breakdown, which can be your muscles not working well, some parts of your body, including your speech. Do you remember a few minutes ago when we watched her talk here? Look at her talking here.
Never met.
Well, thanks.
So
It's a complete 180. It's a complete 180 from what you see here. You see gradually she's already losing some of those motor skills.
I was saying that I think I've done a live one time in my life, and I think I don't know, I'm nervous, but I wanted to give an update and tell you how I'm feeling, because the pheno, is asking how I'm feeling. And right now I am in the hospital,
Oh, wow.
but for a good reason.
Okay.
It's a rehab hospital. I've been trying a few different rehabs, and just not getting great results. So I was able to, while I'm waiting for my doctors to figure out what to do next. And I'll share that with you guys when I know more. It just takes time. But meanwhile, while I'm waiting, I was able to get into inpatient rehab. So I'm
Okay.
currently, it's like, inpatient means like you stay in like hospital room, and then you have rehab every day for like 5 hours. And so I'm doing speech therapy for my speech, and chewing is difficult, and
Damn.
swallowing. So I'm getting speech therapy for that. I'm getting occupational therapy for being able to raise my hands, and my hands are clawing. So
Oh, damn.
very hard for me to like open a Ziploc bag or cook, brush my teeth, put on deodorant,
Damn.
wipe myself. It's a lot, guys. And it feels like I have 40-pound weights hanging off my wrists to try to lift them. Everything is like a workout. And I'm also getting physical therapy, and that will help with my walking and my gait. Right now, I am walking with a walker. I am able to walk without the walker.
Okay, that's good.
I am a big fall risk, so we just take precautions. Right now, I'm feeling very optimistic. Thank you guys for all the prayers. They mean the world to me.
You can.
I feel like,
Yo, she is trying hard not to cry. I mean, so it looks like they did some operation. They did her third bronchoscopy back in December. It didn't work out. They are trying to figure out what else is wrong. You get a February 24th update. She's at a rehab. Now she does a post of her second day in rehab on February 20th.
I believe we are alive. And
The fact that she's doing live for people while she's dealing with her health issues is very... Damn.
when I'm live. Abner Rodriguez, you're the first one to join. I always like to announce the first person. And when I say always, I've always done two lives, so I guess that's my thing now. Hi Zoel, how are you? Hi Asian boy.
So she doesn't give much of an update, it seems, and I can't fast forward this, can I? So we're gonna go to the main video. Nope, this is February 26th. She does another on February 26th. It's right there. But it's not okay. So for some reason, this is not. So that's February 2026. So this is her latest update on March 2nd from her doctor, I'm assuming. She says, Mrs. Brooks, I can certainly understand your frustration. Unfortunately, your diagnosis remains unclear. Our oncology group, as well as our MD Anderson, have suggested potential conditions, although neither of these are confirmatory. I plan to review your case with an additional colleague later this week, who may shed some light. Additionally, enough, I suspect that no one will be able to definitively conclude with the information available. If that remains the case, proceeding with the open lung biopsy or an additional tissue would be our traditional approach. I will plan to contact you once more information is available. She then shows a video. Oh no, it's not a video. It's a post. She does infusion on March 13th. And then we get the video from May 1st.
There's an update, and hold on, because there is a plot twist. First, I want to say thank you for all your prayers, because for those who know, it's been a 2-year medical journey trying to find out what is wrong. And finally, our prayers have been answered. The thing is,
2 years without not knowing anything. 2 years of doctors searching for what was wrong. And she got an answer. So let's see what she finds out.
sometimes we don't want to hear that answer to our prayers. And so, while I was waiting to have lung surgery for the masses on my lung,
So they eventually, I guess from that doctor's note, they finally decided that she should do that open lung surgery to do the procedure.
the doctors at Mayo finally found what's going on. The doctors have diagnosed me with terminal ALS. There is not a lot of research behind ALS, and we don't know how long I have. But it explains why I have trouble walking and talking, and all my functions will soon decline. But now we can prepare for the future and what is to come. And I want to say thank you to Tommy.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to Tony, the doctor.
Yeah.
Thank you to Tony Khan and AEW for supporting me on this medical journey. It has been a blessing that is unheard of, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And thank you to all of you for your prayers. Please
Can't
continue
hear her?
to pray for a peaceful.
You can't hear her? What do you mean you can't hear her? You can barely hear her? All right, let's go back. 803. All right, I'm going to go back to this.
Okay, there's an update, and hold on, because there is a plot twist. First, I want to say thank you for all your prayers, because for those who know, it's been a 2-year medical journey trying to find out what is wrong. And finally, our prayers have been answered. The thing is, sometimes we don't want to hear that answer to our prayers. And so, while I was waiting to have lung surgery for the masses on my lungs, the doctors at Mayo finally found what's going on. Okay. Have diagnosed me with terminal ALS. There is not a lot of research behind ALS, and we don't know how long I have. But it explains why I have trouble walking and talking, and all my functions will soon decline. But now we can prepare for the future and what is to come. And I want to say thank you to Tommy. Thank you to Tony Khan and AEW for supporting me on this medical journey. It has been a blessing that is unheard of, and from the bottom of my heart, Thank you. And thank you to all of you for your prayers. Please continue to pray for a peaceful journey and a peaceful passing. I love you.
There you go. I didn't want to. It sucks, man. The beautiful thing, though, at least out of all this, is because wrestlers usually don't get good medical coverage post retirement or when they're inactive. And Tony, being a good boss, he helped her out. AEW as a whole helped her out with support. I'm sure Tony helped with the fees. Shout out to him for being there for her. She called the AEW support a blessing that it's unheard of, and she asked for love. That's how she ended that. That's the last video so far in her channel. Tanea Brooks, she worked for TNA, she worked for AEW. She was a performer who showed up, gave her body, gave her personality, gave her time to this industry. You know, to us, the fans who watch and didn't always notice, it sucks that, you know, like she was in TNA and AEW. Not everyone WWE is going to know about this. They see this story is like, oh, who's her? ALS is one of the cruelest freaking diagnoses that can exist today. It takes everything systematically. There's no good options. There's no, you heard her, there's no treatment path. And she is facing it with a grace that honestly puts a lot of us to shame at times, because look at the positivity she is hoping for. She's being hopeful. She's thinking of the best. Now she can move forward. No more what ifs, no more this and that. She is thinking positively. Tony Shalhoub acknowledged Rebel's diagnosis on AEW Collision yesterday. And the moment was important because it said, this person's not forgotten. This person is ours. And we see her. I don't care where you watch Rebel. You have to appreciate this.
Collision, you probably know the media that one of our fine athletes has some very serious health problems. She announced it this week on social media. We want Rebel to know you are a big part of AEW. We are thinking about you right now. We are praying for you that you will pull through this. We've got a lot of signs in the stands here tonight that says, Rebel, we love you. We pray for Rebel. And we certainly do agree with that as well. Rebel, we hope you'll get better. And there you see it. Pray for Rebel. My dear, we are thinking about you, a wonderful young lady.
Now, guys, this is a moment that tribalism shouldn't be a thing. If you're a WWE fan, an AEW fan, a TNA fan, or an indie purist, none of that matters right now. None of it. What matters is this thing. She asks for prayers. So I would hope for anyone that believes in that to give her that. And beyond prayers, if you want to do something concrete, if you have a little spending money, ALS Research and advocacy organizations exist. There's the ALS Association. There's the Team Gleason organization that are actively funding research into a disease that currently has no cure. When I do this clip, I'll have the links in the description after that video drops. So if anyone's interested in that, please feel free if you are able to spend. If this story moved you, do something with that feeling. And I hope you guys can, if you could. Now, tonight most of our topics tonight were about the automation era, about AI, data efficiency, cost-cutting optimization. And I want to say clearly that this story is a counter-argument to all of it. Tanea Brooks is why wrestling cannot become only content. She is not a data point. She is not a viewership metric. She is not a Q score or a story that tested well in a 3 demo point. She is a person who loved this industry enough to dedicate her whole freaking life to it. And she deserves every bit of love the IWC, the wrestlers, the higher ups, this whole community can send her way while she can still feel it with whatever time she has left. Rebel, we here see you. Hopefully the whole IWC community sees you. And thanks for everything you've given throughout the whole wrestling years that you've done. And I hope you do the best way you can go. You do it on your terms. I think that's the best way I can say it. You do what you got to do on your terms. Sometimes wrestling fans need to stop arguing about bookings and shows and just show love to someone while they can still feel it. And tonight and the next few months of this is the time to do it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts about this. Hopefully you guys don't have anyone you love or you yourself are dealing with ALS. If you are, just please talk with your loved ones and hopefully they can help you through that time, because it's probably a freaking hell. I can't even imagine it. So anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.